What is up, guys? Scott Days is here, and today we are going to review chapter 200 to 202 100 Girlfriends manga. I know I posted 3 weeks ago. One of the weeks was reviewing it, and the other week it was Thanksgiving week. That's why it took a little bit longer, and I was slacking off, to be honest. Let's just jump into the chapters now. So, chapter 200, they started out on saying they got announced season 2 and we are into congratulations, we are in 200 mark. They used the festival and number 2 for Sue and Matsuri reference, and there was a random person into the board. All of them got transferred to a board game. The order is random. Whatever number they landed will be a callback to the chapters. So the first one was Chio, and she hit the dice and she got a 10. So chapter 10 was when Kosori met Rentaro, and Chio turned to an 18-year-old version of herself. And then we got Carne breaking the fourth wall and making jokes about Mario Party and Jumanji reference. And Chio told Rentaro that it's like that's her big sister right there, which sounds weird right there. And Chio called Rentaro-kun. I would be concerned, but I wonder what she's going to call Rentaro in the dub version for season 3. I wonder if she's going to call Rentaro cousin in the dub version only. So she called Rentaro-san in the manga, but let's see what's going to be different going to the dub version. May rolled a 2, and she got a kissy zombie reference to another Kosori Meet the Family chapter. So May was kissing Rentaro, and then it was Hahari turn. She rolled an 8, and she went back to her old self when she didn't like Rentaro, and it was giving off a final boss vibe, like the Rod vibe, but it's Hahari. So Akko rolled an 8, and she swapped bodies with May. So now May as Akko is kissing Rentaro still. And then we got Nemi rolled a 5, and she turned into a baby from the baby swap chapter. Yaku and Miss Natty was saying how cute she was, and she was sleeping. Kishika got jealous with Nemu all over Yaku. Now it's Hakuri's turn. She rolled a 10, and it goes call back to the karaoke crisis when Shizuka was singing, and the drug got into Hakuri, and saying how cute everything was. Yamame turned, and she rolled a 3, and she got the Mimimi's expert beauty chapter, and the squirrel was doing a pose too. And Yamame turned into an art piece in that chapter. And then it's my turn. Mai rolled a 7, and she got the Lost Soonrage chapter. So Mai is in Carne's footsteps, and she got into she lost her Tsundereness because you know how Carne was. Now Mai is getting that Carne treatment when she lost her Tsundereness. Now she was being nice to Rantaro because all she was thinking about May's sister, but this time she doesn't in this chapter. And then Mai decided to kiss Rantaro, and then Mai, and Rantaro end up having a threesome kiss, which was in first episode, which was in second episode, and going to call back. Yaku rolled a 2, and she could become a Tsunere. It was Sue's turn, and she rolled an 8. And it was the Miss Natty chapter when everyone had to dress up. So Sue wanted to be number 2, and she became number 2. That was her dream right there. And then Tama rolled a 9, and she got chapter 67, the other meet. And then Momiji rolled a 5 and got chapter 72 reference to Nana when she was tiny because of Kosuri drugs. And I can't say anything after that, which is not safe to say on YouTube. Chapter 201. Continuing with Mario Party, the 100 Girlfriends Party, I meant to say. Momoha rolled the dice and she got 2. She was sad about it, and it's going back to chapter 74 when Rantaro met Kosuri's family. Chiyo is not allow Momoha to drink. So that's when Momoha, she transferred into a small version of her, and she's like a drug, and the dad and mom chapter was there. Which I'm excited to see going to season 3 is that I think Yaku introduction was so funny. Karne rolled the dice and she got in 7, and she went to a baby mode, and we have a good Hakurane moment once again. Run turn, and she rolled a 10. Rin turn, and she rolled a 10 and got the friend equipment, and Kurumi rolled a 10, and it's my introduction chapter. She called the girlfriend, Alva girlfriend, Big Sis, and called Rantaro Big Bro. She probably called Rantaro Oni-chan in the Japanese version. I really thought she's going to be more worse. Asunare, Ikkyu turn, and she got a 2, going back to Hakuri Heat chapter. And Akko didn't, and Ikkyu didn't feel anything. Himeka got 6, and it was a drinking party chapter. And she was asking Kurumi, is something weird? Is something is weird? Maru got 7, and it's written Meet the Family chapter, Nurse Zombie tags. She was trying to make Nemu cry. Kosuri got 6, and it was Meimei Knit chapter that Rantaro was inside the stuffed toy of himself, and we got a 4th ball breaking again, reference to Toy Story, like Andy's coming challenge. In the toys drop, Karne grabbed the foot of Toys Kosuri and hitting Kosuri up and down. It was Mimi turn, and she got a 1, and she turned into Sue number 2, and Sue was by Mimi because of the number pose, and she's number 2. Era World of 4, let's say again something inappropriate, not going deep into it. Nana World is 7, and she's got important chapter with her mom and using charades. Rantaro and Hahari was having a cute moment. Kishika World is 7, and she turned into Tama and doesn't like it, and Tama want to have a cat pile, which is funny. And Kishika freaked out, which is funny. I wouldn't be surprised about that. So most of the girls' friends have each other quirks from the old chapters. And then chapter 202, Matsuri rolled a 5, and she got the marriage chapter. She is doing like a celebration pose from the karaoke crisis chapter. Uto rolled a 10, and she got Miss Natty chapter. The American way to hug. She was hugging Himeka, Akko, and Hahari. Uta got an 8, and she got the Infinite Festival. The festival will be on forever, and saying the authors about the chapter will be going on forever. Like forever and ever and ever and ever. Like she's in her own dream right now, Usa. Miss Natty got 6, and it is Mai and Momoha bunny chapter. Miss Natty was wearing a bunny suit. Shizuka got a Maru chapter, introduction chapter, and she is good friends with her, and she shared with a monster drink. And Shizuka's eyes turn into like Maru's eyes without any pupils. Saki got 6, and she got a long body as Rentaro from the Sky Island chapter. Meimei rolled a 7, and she got the Momiji Gropeless chapter that her hands was in pain and doesn't want to do massage anything. It was Rantaro's turn, and he rolled a 10. That gave them the 200 mark. and they said they made it. Nothing happened, and the couple chapters was added. All the girlfriends was confused and don't know what's next. Randall had to give them a speech and say they all had fun past 2 to 3 chapters, and everyone was celebrating. Celebration going on. Randall, but Chad himself had to motivate the girlfriends and give us happy ending as usual. And we got a 32-way kiss. The end. They are thanking people that they went up to chapter 202 and have a lot of support, and very thankful we got season 2 for the end. So I think it would. So I like how they hyped up the season 2 and advertised it a lot. My favorite part of this was Shizuka turning to Marigold eyes, and then we got Me was doing the number poses. That was my favorite part. And then it's so funny how Yaku turned into a Tsunori. I can't take her serious after that. And then we got Rin was becoming a bat, which was funny. I would say all 3 chapters was funny and weird. And some of the parts was inappropriate, which it was too much and can't show it on YouTube for obvious reason. So my least favorite was when Hahari turned back when she denied Rantaro. And I feel like, and my least favorite part is when May did not get any development in this chapter, just kissing Rantaro a lot, and she turned to a zombie. Before we end the video, can you guys please like and subscribe to my video, and I hope you guys have a good day today.